Hi, Vincent. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. So today we are going to be having a discussion on your Spanish 160 and your audiovisual podcast one. Do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure, yeah. I graduated from Tucson High not that long ago, and yeah, I started going to U of A in last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's been going good.
That's great to hear. So today, for our first podcast, we're going to be talking about the different topics that you've been discussing in Spanish 160 as part of your audiovisual podcast one. And so we're just going to go ahead and get started.
All right, sweet.
So, Orientalism by Edward W. Said was published in 1978.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit about what your thoughts are about this particular piece?
What's it called? It's like it's an exotic like background and like an uncivilized like static in contrast and rational progressive and superior west, I would say.
Yes. And so when you think about like the Orientalism and like the discourse of it, what would you say were Edward Said's views?
Like his views were like not just like an academic study, but like more as like a how do I say this? Like a system of like knowledge and power, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like it shapes how like the West sees like the East, and it justifies like imperial like domination, I would say.
So that is some pretty like heavy topics. And when you think about like the othering of the East, what does that mean?
It's like the construction by the West as fundamentally different and like inferior, like they're just like two opposites, I would say. It's like the othering allows the West to define itself as a like a modern rational and or rotational and moral, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you think about the colonial justification of what that means, what were some ideas that were used to justify?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What were some ideas used to justify colonialism?
Oh, like Western literature, art, and academic texts, I'd say. Portray or like that were like from the East, portrayed by these.
Perfect. And so when you think about like, there were, there were criticized, there were critiques like that would criticize what was happening and how Western academia like claimed over the Eastern cultures. What would you say were some challenges that had some impacts to this?
Some challenges were like the legitimacy of like a Western like representation,
Mm-hmm.
like like they didn't have like a culture, I would say. And it like talked about like debates with like cultural representation and like identity and power, which like they didn't have, which like is stuff that like still is going on today, I would say too.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about like Orientalism, um, what is it about?
Orientalism. It's about like the real East, but about how the West invaded the East in order to like control it, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Do you have any other like last words in regards to this piece?
Uh, no, I don't think so, no.
Okay, perfect. So as you've been attending, your Spanish 160 class, um, what are like how many students are in that class?
It goes like on Monday. Yeah. Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays we'll like meet in like a big group lecture hall. I would say like I don't know, 150, 200 kids are in it.
Uh-huh.
And then like on Fridays we'll have like a discussion class where we talk about the readings of what we did in the past week.
So what has that been for you going into a discussion hall like that?
It's def the discussion hall's like kind of like normal because like it's like in a regular classroom, which I'm used to. But the like lecture halls like I'm not used to it. They just like talk through you about like how are the readings going and all that.
Well, talking about readings, we're going to go on to our next topic. We're going to talk about the prologue to grammar of the Castilian language.
Okay.
And when you think about the prologue to the grammar of the Castilian language, it was written in 1492, the
Mhm.
same year as the Reconquista's completion and the Columbus voyage to Americas. And so, what would you say? What would be the thing that you would say?
Mm, like he argues that like the standardized Castilian, I would say,
Uh-huh.
will help unfry and strengthen the Spanish Empire, both like politically and like spiritually or like culturally, I would say.
Yeah. So he was saying that the Castilian language that's what the Spanish used, right? Their language was going to be used to like unify um the Spanish Empire. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, they just wanted to like, have an identity, have a culture to, surround herself with, I would say.
And so the first grammar written, it was the first grammar that was written in a European language, right? Because Castilian is considered European.
Mhm.
Who was it written for?
Let me see. To Queen Elizabeth, the first of the Castilian.
Oh, maybe Queen Isabella.
Oh, Isabel, yeah, yeah, you're right, yeah. Yeah.
So if when you think about um the cultural and political unity,
hmm
and what was one thing that they talked about?
Like I would say common like grammar would help them integrate and the diverse people within like Spain.
Hmm.
I'd say yeah, and like language would like serve to like spread like their values and like set like standards and rules and laws, especially like important. It was important during the expansion of like their empire.
And when you think about where they were conquering, right? They were talking about, the Muslims and the Jewish populations that they were conquering. So they were trying to figure out how to use their language.
Uh-huh.
So when you think about like the preservation of it, Um, what were the Castilians trying to do? The Spanish, what were they trying to do?
They were just like trying to like gain prestige and longevity through like grammar and like rules, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So when you think about the Spanish rule, they were just trying to, take over, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Hmm.
Is there anything else that you can think about, Vincent, that you want to share about your Spanish 160 class?
I'd say so far I'm enjoying the class and I enjoy my instructors and stuff. They've like they actually wanted me to like learn about this stuff. They make the class like enjoyable, I would say.
Okay,
Hmm.
perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure having you in the your first podcast here, and it was a pleasure being your interviewer.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for interviewing me. It was a pleasure. Spend time.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.